All right, Lakers fans, buckle up, because we need to talk about the situation that is looming over Los Angeles and one of the greatest players to ever grace the basketball court. We all know LeBron James has been the face of the franchise for years, carrying expectations, pressure, and a spotlight that few could ever handle. And yet, here we are, at a point where it feels like the team and LeBron might need to seriously explore the idea of parting ways, at least for the sake of basketball logic. Now, don't get me wrong, LeBron James is still an absolute force, a player who can drop 30 points any given night, dominate games, and reshape the flow of a series. But the Lakers as they stand right now, they're not built to compete for a championship. The roster, the fit, the surrounding talent, it just doesn't align in a way that maximizes LeBron's remaining prime years. It's a delicate subject because LeBron is not just a player. He's a living legend, a player who has transformed every team he has touched. And yet, there comes a time when even the greatest need to evaluate what makes sense for their career and their legacy. Right now, the Lakers are in a position where they have to decide whether committing fully to the future or continuing to chase a championship with the current roster is the wiser path. And realistically, the championship odds as they are not in their favor. The team has potential, of course, and never say never, but the construction of this roster doesn't scream title contender at this point. So if you're looking at this from LeBron's perspective, it's fair to ask, do you really want to spend another year in a situation that isn't optimized for winning? He's at a stage where every decision matters, where every move can influence how the final chapters of his career are remembered. There's still time left in his career to chase meaningful moments, to leave a lasting legacy, and potentially to enjoy a farewell tour that fits his terms. Whether that's going back to Cleveland, where his journey started and where he has deep connections, or exploring a pairing with another superstar team like Golden State, the options are there, but they require careful planning and collaboration between the player and the organization. From the Lakers' standpoint, there are tangible benefits to having this conversation now rather than later. First, they can assess the potential of players like Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic over the rest of the season, getting a clearer sense of who fits into their long-term plans. They can make more informed decisions regarding contracts, like whether committing over $40 million to Austin Reeves is justified. Second, fully committing to Luka Doncic as the cornerstone of the franchise would provide clarity in the roster and eliminate any ambiguity around the team's direction. And third, trading LeBron now, while his value is still at its peak, ensures that the Lakers maximize returns, gaining young talent, draft assets, and flexibility rather than waiting until his contract diminishes or the market becomes less favorable. Now, there are obstacles, of course. LeBron James has a no-trade clause, which means any move has to be mutual. You can't just force a superstar of his caliber to leave. It has to be a partnership, a decision made with respect to his wishes and career goals. That said, there seems to be a point where both sides could benefit from separation, whether it happens at a trade deadline or in the offseason when he chooses to pursue opportunities elsewhere. The writing seems to be on the wall. The Lakers need to explore the possibilities, and LeBron needs to evaluate his best path forward. Looking at the market, the options are limited. LeBron isn't going to want to join just any team. He has specific destinations in mind, teams that align with his ambitions, and where he still has a chance to compete at the highest level. The San Antonio Spurs, for example, could use a player of his experience and talent, providing leadership and playoff readiness to a team looking to make a mark. Houston is another interesting possibility, where his playmaking could integrate alongside stars like Kevin Durant and complement the current roster. But realistically, the two primary destinations that make the most sense are Cleveland and Golden State. Cleveland offers the perfect combination of legacy and opportunity, allowing LeBron to return to his roots, play with young stars like Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley, and create a path toward the finals while also preparing for the team's long-term rebuild. Golden State presents an intriguing challenge. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and the chance to compete immediately for a championship alongside an established superstar trio. Of course, executing a trade of this magnitude would require careful maneuvering. On the Lakers' end, Moving LeBron could bring in multiple pieces that strengthen the roster immediately. A potential three-team trade could involve acquiring young talent like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and perhaps a veteran like Dean Wade. These are players who provide flexibility, athleticism, and skill at multiple positions, giving the Lakers a strong foundation for the next stage of their rebuild. At the same time, the trade could allow Cleveland to acquire LeBron, immediately boosting their championship prospects in the Eastern Conference while giving the Lakers both financial flexibility and assets to build around Luka Doncic and other rising stars. The intricacies of a deal like this are mind-boggling. Consider Golden State. Fitting LeBron into their salary cap and roster structure without dismantling the core pieces is a monumental task. It may require sending out contracts like Buddy Hield or Al Horford, adding young pieces from the Lakers or another third team to balance the numbers, and carefully orchestrating the trade to satisfy every team involved. In Cleveland, the math might be slightly cleaner. Players like Jared Allen, DeAndre Hunter, and perhaps a veteran like Lonzo Ball could facilitate a swap that lands LeBron in Cleveland while maintaining a competitive roster and keeping other assets intact. Ultimately, the goal is clear. Both LeBron and the Lakers must approach this with respect, strategy, and collaboration. There's an opportunity here to make a move that benefits everyone involved, maximizing LeBron's remaining prime years, allowing the Lakers to pivot toward the future, and keeping relationships intact without drama or conflict. And while there's no guarantee that a deal happens immediately, the discussion alone signals that change is coming. LeBron's era in Los Angeles may not be over just yet, but the time to think seriously about the next chapter for both him and the franchise is now. Now, diving deeper into the trade possibilities, the reality is that orchestrating a deal involving LeBron James is like playing three-dimensional chess. It's not just about matching salaries or identifying a willing team. It's about chemistry, timing, and maximizing value for every party involved. If you picture the Lakers' position, they're at a crossroads where patience meets urgency. They have to weigh the immediate potential of landing multiple young players who can develop into core pieces against the intangible cost of losing the most iconic player in franchise history. It's a balancing act because while the Lakers could gain significant assets, they also risk disrupting the fan base and the culture that LeBron has helped cultivate. Yet, pragmatism must prevail. At this stage, LeBron's future, the Lakers' rebuild, and the trajectory of the team's championship window are all intertwined, and every decision carries a ripple effect that extends well beyond the current season. When you analyze the possible outcomes, the trade to Cleveland seems almost poetic. LeBron returning to his original team would provide instant legitimacy and excitement. For the Cavaliers, it's a strategic move that could accelerate a rebuild while giving them a realistic shot at competing for an Eastern Conference title. The pairing of LeBron with Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley creates a dynamic core that blends experience with youth, athleticism, and versatility. From a Lakers perspective, trading LeBron to Cleveland could bring in players like DeAndre Hunter, whose defensive ability and 3-and-D skill set could be foundational, paired with Jared Allen, whose athleticism adds depth and flexibility, and potentially a veteran or younger swingman like Dean Wade. These pieces provide not just talent, but positional versatility, giving the Lakers multiple options in constructing lineups around Luka Doncic. It's the kind of move that signals a pivot toward a long-term strategy without completely burning bridges or leaving the franchise fan base in despair. On the other hand, the Golden State scenario is tantalizing but incredibly complex. Imagining LeBron alongside Steph Curry and Draymond Green is thrilling on paper. Instant headline-making, powerhouse basketball with star power that can dominate any playoff series. But the financial and logistical gymnastics required to make it happen are mind-bending. To create cap space and satisfy the trade, the Lakers would need to move multiple contracts, potentially including Buddy Hield, Al Horford, and other pieces, while Golden State might need to part with young assets like Jonathan Kuminga or Moses Moody. Then there's the fit issue. Jimmy Butler's contract and role would further complicate things, meaning that any trade would likely involve a third team to balance salaries and distribute talent effectively. Even if every side agrees in principle, executing a trade of this magnitude without sacrificing depth or future flexibility is extremely tricky. Yet, the payoff could be monumental. A super team with a legitimate chance to dominate the league immediately, a combination of veteran leadership, championship experience, and high-level talent across all positions. And it's not just about who the Lakers or LeBron go to. It's about timing. A mid-season trade would shake the league in ways that go beyond just the Lakers' own fortunes. For Cleveland, acquiring LeBron now could change the Eastern Conference playoff landscape entirely, while Golden State absorbing LeBron could redefine the balance of power in the West. Meanwhile, the Lakers gain clarity. They get to fully evaluate Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves over the remainder of the season, assess who fits into their long-term plans, and decide which assets they truly want to prioritize for the rebuild. Trading LeBron at peak value rather than waiting could mean acquiring 3 or 4 pieces that immediately accelerate the team's development, rather than 1 or 2 that might have less impact. Then there's the human element. LeBron isn't just another player. He's a leader, a mentor, a cultural icon. Any move has to be handled delicately to avoid backlash or tension. That's why discussions should be mutual, transparent, and carefully planned. A forced trade or a situation where LeBron feels blindsided would be disastrous for relationships, morale, and the franchise's image. Instead, a collaborative approach where both sides discuss possibilities, negotiate options, and construct a mutually beneficial deal is the only sensible way forward. Whether it's a trade involving Cleveland, Golden State, or even a multi-team scenario with Houston or San Antonio in the mix, communication is key. Both sides must understand priorities, limitations, and expectations, ensuring that the outcome preserves dignity, value, and competitive potential. Strategically, the Lakers also need to consider contract structures and player development timelines. Players like Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody bring athleticism and upside, but they are young and still developing. DeAndre Hunter has proven his skill set, but also comes with a defined ceiling. Dean Wade adds veteran depth, but is not a star. Combining these pieces with smart drafting, targeted free agent acquisitions, and careful financial planning could create a roster that is competitive in the medium term while giving Luka Doncic the freedom to grow as the franchise cornerstone. Essentially, trading LeBron is not just about moving a superstar. It's about creating the conditions for a sustainable, balanced roster that can compete for years rather than relying on one player's brilliance to carry the load. From LeBron's perspective, every decision is equally calculated. He's looking at opportunity, legacy, and personal fulfillment. Returning to Cleveland is sentimental, but it also provides a competitive path that could lead back to the finals. Joining Golden State is ambitious, offering a chance to immediately compete for another title alongside proven champions, but comes with uncertainty and potential trade complexity. Houston or San Antonio are less likely, but they present unique paths where LeBron could still chase a championship while also mentoring a younger core. Whatever the destination, the common denominator is opportunity, maximizing LeBron's remaining years while aligning with his legacy, aspirations, and career satisfaction. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, in what could be one of the most talked about moves of the season, sources suggest that a key player from the Los Angeles Clippers has reportedly accepted an offer from the city's historic rivals, the Los Angeles Lakers. The news, though unconfirmed by either team, has already set the sports world abuzz, as fans and analysts alike try to imagine the implications of such a high-profile switch within the same city. The Lakers, long known for their championship pedigree, appear to be aggressively pursuing talent to bolster their roster, and securing a player from the Clippers would not only strengthen their lineup, but also send a strong message to the league. While the specifics of the deal remain murky, insiders hint that the agreement could involve a multi-year contract with incentives designed to maximize the player's impact on the team. The move, if finalized, would be particularly dramatic given the historic rivalry between the two franchises, adding a layer of narrative tension that would resonate far beyond Los Angeles. Fans have already taken to social media to speculate on how this player might fit into the Lakers system, debating whether their skills will complement the existing core or disrupt team chemistry. Analysts note that the acquisition could alter the balance of power in the Western Conference, creating new matchups that opponents will have to prepare for. Some even suggest that this development could intensify the rivalry between the Lakers and Clippers to unprecedented levels, turning regular season encounters into must-watch events. While both organizations have remained tight-lipped, the mere possibility of a deal has fueled endless discussion, with pundits weighing the strategic implications for both sides. Clippers supporters express concern about losing a cornerstone figure, while Lakers fans are already envisioning the impact on their championship aspirations. The league itself is watching closely, as any confirmed movement of this magnitude within the same city would be a major storyline for months to come. For now, all eyes are on Los Angeles, as speculation continues to dominate headlines. Whether the deal materializes or falls through, the rumor alone has already left an indelible mark on the city's basketball landscape, proving once again that in Los Angeles, basketball drama is never in short supply. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.